This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
Okay, now let's bring it down.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train.
Good morning, kidSPACE family. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. Are you guys excited for 2021? I know I am. It's a brand new year, and along with that, it's a brand new month here in kidSPACE, which means it's a brand new theme. Now, this month we're doing something extra special. We've got a super fun theme this month that will test just how good you guys are at playing board games. I love board games. Don't you guys? I think they're so much fun. And honestly, one of my favorites might just be Monopoly. Yep, that's right. I actually kind of enjoy playing Monopoly. Along with that, I also love the game Jenga. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's also a super fun game. Now, I'd love to hear what your guys' favorite games are. If you guys can, leave a comment below of what your guys' favorite games are. I'd love to know. And you know what? I always need some new games to play because I honestly get bored of them a little quickly. So tell me your favorite game and I might go buy it and try it out. Now, in a board game, you've got to follow the rules. There are rules when you play the game and you've got to make sure you follow them. You've got to play in a responsible way. And the same thing goes for life. In life, we have to be responsible. And that's what we're learning about this month. We're talking about responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. All month long, we're gonna find out how we can follow some simple rules for life and live every day in a responsible way. Are you guys ready to find out how to play our board game? That's right, kidSPACE has a board game, and it is called kidSPACE Island. This game is an epic game, and like most board games, the object of the game is to move our piece along the board to the finish line. The way we move ahead is each week we'll have to complete a challenge. If we complete all the challenges, we win the game. Now, today's challenge is the Headband Challenge. The Headband Challenge, some of you may have already heard of, because in fact, not only is it a challenge that we're doing, it is actually also a board game that goes by the name of Headbands. If you guys have this game, I really recommend you guys go ahead and go grab it because our challenge may or may not be very similar to that game. If you guys don't have the game, you guys will just need a few things to actually play this game. I really recommend you guys grabbing some index cards. If you guys don't have index cards, Post-it notes will work perfectly fine, or you guys can even just cut up some pieces of paper that are roughly this size. And you're also going to need a pen and maybe some tape if you guys want. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to need about one card per person, so one sticky note, one piece of paper, just one per person playing, just about. And you are going to have an adult write one noun on each card. Now, it can be an animal, a place, an occupation, a punctuation, food, a thing, really almost anything can go on these cards. So have an adult write one word on each card, okay? Adults, here's the important thing though. Make sure the kids that are playing don't know what's on these cards. They can't know at all. Once you have them all written down on your cards, you're gonna go ahead and shuffle up the cards that you have written, and you're gonna pick someone to go first. Once you have that person, they're going to draw the card, and they're not gonna look at it, but instead you're gonna place it on your forehead. Now you can either hold it there or tape it there, or if you have a sticky note, you can just stick it on there, but you're gonna hold it here so that you can't see what it is. Now, the person with the word on their forehead has to ask questions, and these questions can only be answered with yes or no. So I can't ask what kind of dog it is, because you guys would have to tell me something else besides yes or no. I can ask, is it a dog? The answer would be yes or no. Then I can ask, is it a German Shepherd? Then the answer would be yes or no. Now here's the tricky part though. You only have 60 seconds to guess what this is. So you gotta be really responsible with the questions you ask. And people that are helping you, they have to be responsible with how quickly they answer. And they also have to be responsible and make sure they don't tell you or give you any hints as to what this is. I hope all that makes sense. Now, if you have the game Headbands, you guys most likely already know how to play it. You have that headband, you put the card in, and there you go. So again, you can't see what's on your forehead, and the people that are helping you guess can't tell you what's on the forehead. They can only say yes or no, and you only have 1 minute, 60 seconds to guess it right. So, go ahead and get all your supplies ready, grab your timer, grab an adult to help you out, and pause this video while we go ahead and play a round of the headband challenge. Don't forget to come on back when you guys are done. See you guys in a bit. Good job, you guys. Now, here's the thing. The way that we move along on our game board is by doing it successfully. Now, how do we do it successfully? Well, did you guys guess your word under 60 seconds? If you guys did, let me know in the comments. Because if you guys did, then we get a move on our game board. So make sure you guys play this game. Let me know in the comments if you guys did complete this challenge. And next week, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys if we get to move on our game board or not. Each week, you guys are gonna come back and let me know if you guys completed the challenge. And as we play kidSPACE Island, it is our responsibility to complete the challenges so that we can move on to the next section of the board. So it's your responsibility to come back every week so that we can complete the challenges together and continue to move across this board. Now, we've been given a big responsibility, and I'm not talking about trying to get through this game board. I am talking about the responsibility to follow Jesus and share the good news about him. We've been given this responsibility. But what does it mean to follow Jesus? What does it mean for us to live his way every day? What's the #1 rule for life according to Jesus? Well, in today's story, someone asks Jesus this exact question, and wait until you hear what Jesus has to say. Today we're going to watch the So-and-So Show and Bible Story Time with Kellen. So if you guys want to watch the 252 experience or the entire So-and-So Show, as always, the link for that is going to be in the description of this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into Bible Story Time with Kellen, and I'll see you right after.
Hey guys.
Hello, Kellen. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about responsibility. Really, our most important responsibility. What Jesus called the greatest commandment. Some of you may know that the Bible contains hundreds of laws or commandments from God. Well, a couple thousand years ago, someone asked Jesus which of God's commandments was the most important. And this is what Jesus said. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. Pretty simple? Or is it? How do you love God with all your heart, soul, and mind?
Praying a lot?
Reading my Bible?
Going to church?
Singing?
All good ways to show God that you love Him. And Jesus gave us another way. Jesus said this is the first and most important commandment. And the second, he said, is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Everything that is written in the law is based on those two commandments. So, how do you love your neighbor? Let's find out on
Love thy neighbor!
Let's Meet Your Neighbors. Now, a neighbor doesn't have to be someone who lives in your neighborhood. It can be someone you meet anywhere. Got it?
Got it.
Then let's love that neighbor. Question number 1. Brandon, how do you love your neighbor if they invite you to a party at their house?
First of all, it's Steven. But I can bring snacks or sodas to the party.
John, how do you love your neighbor if they give you a gift?
Send a thank you note?
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, thank you.
Brandon, how do you love your neighbor if they shovel snow from your driveway?
Okay, once again, Steven. I'm Steven. And I would shovel their driveway next time.
Oh,
Kellen.
Wow, that's amazing.
John, how do you love your neighbor if they spend all night playing bagpipes in the apartment above you?
I don't love my neighbor at all. That's annoying.
Agreed. Yes, very annoying.
Brandon, how do you love your neighbor if they keep forgetting your name?
Funny you should say that because, once again, third time, my name's Steven, Kellen. We have met many a time, and I would say I'd probably get angry.
Yeah. Yeah. Kellen?
John, how do you love your neighbor when they lose the comic book you let them borrow?
Whew. Well, I don't lend them another comic, that's for sure.
No way.
How do you love your neighbor when they break a promise to you?
Well, you know, I would insult them on social media.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Always.
John, how do you love your neighbor when they take that last piece of pizza?
What kind of monster would...
Are you kidding me?
And that is the end of the speed round. Brandon, one final question. Do you love your neighbor?
I mean, it was great that they shoveled the snow from my driveway and all, but they also forgot my name many times. So, no, I'm sorry, neighbor. I do not love you.
John, same question. Do you love your neighbor?
No way. Play your bagpipes somewhere else, neighbor.
Annoying.
You did not love your neighbor. You lost.
What? Okay, well, what would the prize have been if we would have won?
$1 million.
What? Oh, no.
Let's meet your neighbors.
Hey, how's it going? Huh. What's up? It's an attractive dude.
Jesus did say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You see, sometimes when it comes to loving people, it helps to put yourself in their shoes.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So I think I know why you took the last piece of pizza. Because if you're anything like me, you get hungry all the time.
He does.
And I like pizza a lot. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Yeah, I'm actually getting hungry right now. Hey, you're not a monster. And I love you, neighbor. I love you.
That was touching. And you know, I don't like it when somebody breaks promises, but if I'm honest, I mean, let's be honest. I can let people down sometimes too. And I want others to forgive me, so therefore, ipso facto, I love you, neighbor. Right back at you, Brian. It's Steven. Steven. That's what I said, right?
Great job, guys. You love your neighbors.
Awesome. Now, where are we at on that $1 million?
Jesus said the most important thing we should do is love God. And the second most important thing to do is to love our neighbors. It's not always easy, but remember, our neighbors are people who make mistakes just like we do. They're people who are forgiven by God just like we are. And it's our responsibility to love them the way that we want to be loved.
Thanks, neighbor.
Yeah. See you, John and Brian.
Yeah, that's weird. Back to you guys.
There are a lot of ways we can show love to others. After all, that's what Jesus said is the most important thing, to love God and to love other people. In fact, Jesus gave the perfect example of what it means to love God and others. Jesus obeyed what God wanted him to do. He allowed himself to be put to death on the cross for us. He put our needs before his own. He took care of us before he took care of himself. He loved us so much that he was willing to die so that we could be forgiven and have Jesus is our forever friend, our best friend for life, and that so one day we can go to heaven with him. If Jesus did that for us, then we can love others too. The great news is we don't have to wait to show love. This responsibility is a huge responsibility, and we can start right now, this instant. As friends of Jesus, we have a responsibility to love God by loving others. The way we show God love is by showing love to others. That's what Jesus said is the most important thing. It's our number one rule for life. Rule number one, love God, love others. It's just that simple. If we want to follow Jesus, we have a responsibility to love God and love others. When we understand how much God loves us and we remember what he has done for us, that changes us. It makes us want to love others. It makes us want to treat others the way we want to be treated. Don't forget, when other people see how you love them, that is you showing them how much God loves them. You loving them shows them just how much God loves them too. The So-So Show gave us a few ways to show love to others. There was writing thank you cards, bringing snacks when people invite you over to their house, or returning the favor. That is, if someone did something for you, doing something for them as well. These are just a few ways that we can show love, but I bet you can come up with even more great ideas. So I want to give you guys one more challenge for today. I challenge you guys to sit down with an adult and brainstorm or think about some ways that you guys can show love to others this week. When you guys have these ideas, maybe go ahead and actually do them. Show love to others this week. And this can just be people within your family. We'll start off small. Show love to someone in your family this week. You guys think you guys can do that? I think you guys can. I'm sure you guys can. Thank you guys for spending your first Sunday of 2021 with me. I'm so glad you guys were able to join me, and I'm so happy to have spent it with you guys. Thank you guys for staying with us through 2020. I know 2020 was a ride, but hopefully 2021 looks better, and I look forward to see what 2021 has in store. I'm excited for this year, and I hope you guys are too. As always, you guys, my name is Ashley. Thank you guys for joining me here in kidSPACE. It is still cold out there, so stay warm, but stay cool, stay safe, wash your hands, and wear your masks. I'll see you guys next week.